Good afternoon, I'm Shawnee Au, and this is One News Now. More than 9 billion pesos, or nearly 81% of the ECQ ayuda or cash aid in Metro Manila has been distributed as of Thursday. Let's get the details from Maricel Halili, who joins us live from Mandaluyong City. Mase, hello. Which areas or which cities or municipalities have already finished giving out cash aid, and how much or how many percent has yet to be distributed?
Hi, Sean. Based on the report of presidential spokesperson Harry Roque earlier, more than 80% of the total number of beneficiaries have already received the ayuda from the local government units. The supposed deadline set by the DILG was yesterday, but they have decided to extend the distribution of ayuda until the end of this month to give way to those local government units who are having a hard time distributing the financial assistance due to their huge population, like Quezon City and Manila. So far, some of the cities and municipality here in Metro Manila have already completed the distribution of their ayuda. Of course, they expect that cities like San Juan and the municipality of Pateros will be completed first because their population is smaller compared to other cities.
Right, of course, that follows. Now, did Malacanang have any response to the reports over some hospitals planning to disengage from PhilHealth because of the non-payment of claims? This has been an ongoing issue.
Yeah, since the circular was issued by PhilHealth last week, Secretary Roque has been expressing his strong emotions towards this issue, and like what he've said before, he is still encouraging the hospitals not to disengage with PhilHealth considering our situation now. And of course, he reiterated his call to PhilHealth to pay the claims by the private hospitals.
Right, still an impasse with that issue. Now, did the palace have anything to say about the proposal to make contact tracers eligible also for the COVID-19 special risk allowance that healthcare workers are getting?
Unfortunately, Secretary Roque said that the contact tracers are not qualified to receive special risk allowance because there was a law passed by Congress, and based on that particular law, only those medical frontliners can receive the SRA. Contact tracers are not included in the list to receive SRA, but of course they can always amend this particular policy. They can ask the legislators and the policymakers to review this. Maybe they can also provide assistance in the near future.
All right, hoping for a resolution for contact tracers there. Now, are there any plans by the government to allocate more vaccines to other areas now that Metro Manila has vaccinated almost half of its population or target population?
Yes, Sean. Actually, Cavite Governor John Vic Remulla posted his statement asking the national government to give them more vaccines because they need 6 million doses of vaccines to complete their vaccination program. But so far, the national government have only allotted 4,000 doses of vaccines every day, or additional 4,000 vaccines every day in Cavite. And it will take them 25 months before finishing the vaccination program. So that's a concern of Governor John Vic. In response, Secretary Roque said that there was already an order that starting September, they will divert the distribution of these vaccines to other provinces that have registered high numbers of or high number of cases of COVID-19. By September, or until the last quarter of this year, they have already allotted 20 million doses of vaccines to Region 4A. the region of Cavite to make sure that they can finish their vaccination program soon. It means that in NCR, we can only expect about 4 million doses of vaccines by last quarter because like what you've said, Sean, we're expecting that 50% of the eligible population in NCR will already be inoculated by the end of this month.
All right, that's so good to hear. Now, on the topic of booster shots, is there any update on the government's plan to procure boosters? They were the ones who already said something about looking into it and asking for a budget next year.
Yes, that's right. Just to reiterate that statement, Sean, Secretary Roque said that the national government have already allotted 45 billion pesos for the booster shots. But of course, the start of procurement for these booster shots will be on January. During their press briefing this afternoon, one of his guests is Dr. Lulu Bravo. And Dr. Bravo said that for now, it is more important to make sure that we can achieve population protection than having booster shots to those who are already vaccinated, because no one is safe unless everybody is safe. That's the principle that they are following. So for now, it's not yet a priority of the government to get booster shot, but we can expect that by next year.
Okay, and any update on President Duterte's position on conducting face-to-face classes already in some regions at least?
So far, Sean, it's still the same. Face-to-face classes is not yet allowed. Malacanang is still waiting for the recommendation of the Department of Education once the number of cases have already been more stable as compared to today. And then after the recommendation, President Duterte will give his approval whether or not to pursue with the pilot testing.
All right, we save this topic for last. Politics, Mase. Did the palace have any reaction to Davao City Mayor Inday Sara's remarks about her father, the president, and Senator Bongo yesterday?
Well, Sean, Secretary Roque said that as of 5:46 p.m. yesterday, the statement of President Duterte is that he will run for vice president. So, of course, we gave follow-up question because of the statement of Mayor Sara yesterday. And Secretary Roque said that President Duterte's stance still remains that delicadeza must be the priority. Only one Duterte must run. So it's a bit ironic because when we asked about this, Secretary Roque said that it is a family matter. Despite the fact that we're talking about the two highest position in our land. He said that this is a family matter because the decision whether to run or not is a family decision. Well, Senator Bongo just released a statement saying that there's no rift between him and Mayor Sara, and he still continues to support the Duterte family.
All right, we expect more politics up ahead as we head into September. Thank you so much for all those updates. Maricel Halili joining us live from Mandaluyong City. The Health Department has vowed to provide special risk allowances to more and more healthcare workers. In a statement, the DOH said that the 311 million peso initial budget for the SRAs is already in the agency centers for health development in order to be distributed. The DOH said they are in talks with various centers about other eligible personnel. Some 20,000 uncompensated HCWs stand to benefit from the fund that was recently released by the Budget Department. However, medical groups say that it is not enough as most of them have received nothing at all since the onset of the pandemic. Earlier today, a number of healthcare workers held a noise barrage in front of the Philippine General Hospital to reiterate calls for benefits. We'll be back with more stories after this short break. Keep it here. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Hospitals in Metro Manila continue to bear the brunt of the rise in COVID-19 cases driven by the Delta variant. JC Cosico joins us live from Quezon City General Hospital. For more details, JC, how are healthcare workers there holding up?
Sean, the QC General Hospital and Medical Center remains overwhelmed with COVID-19 patient admissions. QCGHMC Medical Director Dr. Josephine Sabando said their COVID-19 wards have been full since July. The hospital has a total of over 153 COVID-19 beds, 42 of which are ICU beds allotted for critical patients. They even converted the chapel inside the hospital compound to an ICU ward as patients kept coming in. It is complete with equipment such as mechanical ventilators and high-flow oxygen tanks needed for treatment. Sabando said religious differences may be set aside, especially if life is at stake. However, manpower remains to be a problem in QCGHMC. From the ideal ratio of 1 nurse caring for 4 patients, it is currently at 1:10. The management is now hiring more healthcare workers amid the surge. Sean, apart from that, the hospital plans to expand its COVID-19 wards to accommodate more patients. Back to you.
JC, thank you so much for that update and stay safe out there in Quezon City. That was JC Cosico from QC General Hospital. All right, let's take a quick look now at today's other top stories. The Tarlac Regional Trial Court has convicted ex-cop Jonel Nuezca for 2 counts of murder, just 8 months after he shot Sonia Gregorio and her son. Nuezca was sentenced to reclusion perpetua for each murder case and ordered to pay over 900,000 pesos in damages to the heirs of the victims. The COVID-19 task force has approved the Labor Department's request for more COVID-19 jabs for the manufacturing and construction industries. Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello said 452,000 additional shots will be allocated for factory and construction workers in Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Central Luzon, and Central Visayas. And in sports, Paris swimmer Gary Behino failed to qualify for the finals after finishing last in the 200-meter individual medley event in Tokyo, Japan. Behino will still be competing in the 50-meter butterfly event on Monday and 2 other upcoming games in the 2020 Tokyo Paralympics. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.